Okay, everybody, today I'm going to make a different kind of video. This is just for training purposes. This is how to, uh, I don't know, run paint through and just troubleshoot a Graco Nova 390. Um, I just had to replace the prime valve on mine, so I'm just going through, making this quick video here. Um, go over a couple key parts. Obviously, this is a pump right here. In here, there is a filter that comes off. So if that's dirty, you're going to have problems. And then there is also another filter probably in your gun, which is here. And this is a cheap Titan gun, so the filter's right here. But usually, if it's not working correctly, check your filters first. Check power first, check filters first. Then, check the pump, see if it's working. But that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down, put this together, and then go through the priming process, just how I like to do it. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and put this together. I've run a lot of products through this, so I just wanted to make sure that everything was super duper clean before I went ahead and ran anything else through it. I checked the filter in here, cleaned it off, cleaned the filter right there off, because I did just replace this prime valve. This thing is old. This is my first sprayer. We just sprayed entire houses with it. Lots of houses, lots of trim packages. We sprayed cabinets with it. We sprayed just about anything. So it's definitely a workhorse. It's definitely seen a lot of use. So um, what I will show you is every one of these has the suction filter where it sucks in the paint, and then the prime valve or the prime tube as well, which usually hooks on here. This has about 40 different kinds of paint on it. Another key feature, the on-off switch is here. This right here is your pressure. Now, some of you may have a digital one. It's cool. This thing, again, is like 7 or 8 years old. So when we start out, I always like to make sure that this way is pressurized, this way is unpressurized. So I like to make sure that the pressure is off and that the switch is off. Now, I do like to use a heavy-duty extension cord when I'm using anything. You don't want a skimpy extension cord, or you're going to run into electrical problems. It's going to pop a circuit, melt the cord, whatever you want to call it. So we've got pretty clean water here. We're just going to run a cycle through it and see what comes out. We'll do that first. All right, so now that we have that on, first thing I'm going to do, again, check the electrical connection. We have dropped the water or the inlet hose into there, and then this is going to be our prime tube. So this is our waste bucket. As you can see, it's got painty water in there already. We just did a green set. Anyways, green and brown make blue, maybe. I don't know. So we're going to turn it on. As you hear, nothing turned on. We're going to hit the prime valve and see if I actually did my job correctly. So we have now flipped that prime valve, and that may be facing a couple different ways. I don't know if I put this on right, but I'm going to slowly bring the pressure up until we start getting some kind of flow through this tube into the waste bucket. Woo! Nothing's leaking? Yeah, I did my job correctly. Okay, and it turned off. So the issue we were having before was is that this thing just started. So we had everything primed and we were spraying, and this thing just started leaking, just going drip, 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 and then a solid stream while we were spraying. So it was a problem. It's time to replace that. So that worked out well. Okay, so we have that. Now we're gonna get the rest of the nasty painty water out of here. Turn that up a little bit. Pretty good there. Okay, that's if you want to check your prime valve. All right, I'm just going to be spraying some shiplap, and I have this paint that I need to try out and just make sure everything's running correctly through here. So we're just going to be using this paint. These buckets have a nice little thing where I can just drop this down in there. So that's nice. So once again, we're going to take our waste bucket. Just as if we were starting off again, we're going to prime until a little bit of the paint comes out. As you can see, it's painty. And then from there, we're going to spray until we start seeing a little bit of paint come out. You want to make sure that you get enough paint that you realize that it's 100% paint and not paint and water, because there is water in this hose currently from when we just cleaned it out. When it starts to actually siphon and push it through this, you're going to hear the pump slow down, and that's going to let you know that you're getting closer to the actual paint to start to come out of here. That's paint. That's all we need to do. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to get our guard, our little seal that we need to do, and then we're going to get our tip. This is a pretty big, pretty thick product, so we're going to need to use a, a tip with a big number, 2 numbers on the back of it, and I'll go grab that now. Okay, so that's your tip guard. That's your seal. This one is a Graco fine finish low pressure seal, and this is the green tip for that. Now, if I was using a regular Rack X one, which I haven't used one in a long time, but I may need to because this product is super duper thick. This is what those tips look like. I just have these tips because they're available to me. There are other tip manufacturers out there that have some awesome ones. But this is what I have local to me. So we are going to, at first, put that seal in there. Now, just so you know, if you are going to be shooting solvents, you need to use the yellow. Sorry, you need to use the yellow, not the black. So it looks like this. So if you're going to be spraying lacquer or vinyl sealer or anything like that, bin shellac, you need to use that instead of this black tip there. Otherwise, it'll eat it away real quickly. So now that we have that, we've hopefully aligned it good enough, and it looks like we have, in order for us to see the square on there. See the square right there? Means you can put it in there. Now this tip, allows you to, one, spray a fan pattern in that direction, and then two, reverse the tip and shoot out just a big, horrible stream of paint. This is I have a saying, it goes, there's no emergencies in paint. There's one exception to that, and that is this right here. If you shoot yourself in the hand with this, or any body part with this at 2,000, 1,000, 3,000 PSIs, you need to go to the emergency room right away. This is a very serious thing. Paint injections will absolutely kill you. You need to seek medical attention immediately. So, not something to joke around about. Always wear a respirator as well, but this is serious. So, we're going to go ahead and start shooting it through here because I haven't used this tip in a really long time. I'm going to up the pressure on that because it's still at the lowest pressure. I like to put this in the locking position while I'm doing things so that there can be no malfunction. Crank that pressure up a little bit. Woo! You see how fast that came out? No. Let's turn it. Maybe turn it down a little bit. So the nice thing that we're seeing right now is that we're not getting tails. Let's turn it down a lot. Six inches. Maybe that's too much. So we got a 314 on there right now. This product actually calls for a blank 17 through 21. It's really hot, so that's going to affect the viscosity of the product. So I think we can definitely go down with this tip size. So we've got some 10s, we've got some 8s. So we're going to see what works best. Okay, so I'm going to actually try a 308 with this and see how it works. Let's make sure it's going to spray. See, it didn't want to, so see, because we reduced the orifice size, we need to turn the pressure up a bit. Now let's see how it sprays. Alright, so you see those right there? See those lines? We don't want those. Those are no good. That means we need to bring the pressure up. So from here, we're going to dial in the pressure. This gimbal will stop being a bitch. There we go. Still some lines. That's okay though. See, the fan pattern has evened out significantly from when we started. But we're pretty much at max pressure right now, so that's pretty high. So I know I got a 10 somewhere, so we'll probably try that too. But basically that's it. This is going to work well for us. That's going to allow us to do our coverage on, we're actually spraying shiplap this week. Anyways, that's it. I hope this was beneficial for you. The clean out process is basically the same. I do like to pull this out, let this drip out quite a bit first. And with this goofy bucket, I screwed myself a little bit because we're going to get some paint on there. So I always do like to have a wet rag right there. Kind of wipe all that stuff off. You drop it in your nice clean bucket before you get it all painty. And then just let that drain out for a while. But from there, you basically just shoot it into your paint bucket and reverse the process. So, until the water is clear, and that is it. Thanks.